Welcome, my friends, to Necronomica, Age of Dark Magic. This is a little dice battle game I created on Tabletop Simulator. Go check it out. If you guys would like to download it, you can find it on the Steam Workshop under Tabletop Simulator. And I'll put a link down in the description below. And if you guys give it a like and give it a little Steam sticker, I'd really appreciate it. Help share the board game. It's a cool little Necromancer battle game. You could play 1 versus 1, or you could play 2 versus 2 if you just copy and paste the board. Alright, I'm going to try to structure this tutorial with timestamps, so you guys can always watch the tutorial to figure out the rules and how they work. Alright, basic controls for the game. In case you guys are not familiar with Tabletop Simulator, to roll dice, you just hover over your dice and you type R, and you can just roll it multiple times. And then another good tip here is to hit the number dice 1 through 6 on your number pad while you're hovering over your dice, and it will line up your dice nice and neat on the board, just like that. And then to get started playing Necronomica, you and the other player are going to roll your Necromancer dice, and whoever gets a better result wins. There's the happy Necromancer, he's good. Wounded Necromancer, and then dead Necromancer. So both players will roll their dice to see who goes first. Let's roll them both. Oh, Team Red would go first. They got the healthy Necromancer. So we'll reline that and go back to regular Necromancer. There you go. And in Necronomica, there's 3 main phases to the game. There's the dark magic phase, where you either cast spells or you summon monsters. And then there's the movement phase, where you move your monsters. And then there's the combat phase, where you fight with your monsters. The dark magic phase, when you start, you're going to want to summon your monsters. So you roll all your monster dice, and then for each matching pair, you summon one of those monsters. So there you go. We got a matching pair of skeletons. So let's go ahead, and you can put one anywhere around your Necromancer. So we're going to put one right here. Alright, after you've summoned 4 guys, and you have 1 dice left, it's a free summon. You don't need a matching pair to summon this one. So whatever you roll, you summon. There you go, we got another skelly. Another note with summoning, anytime during the start of your turn, you can unsummon a monster back to your summoning pool if you're trying to obtain mastery for a certain monster. There's a concept in here called mastery, whereas if you get 3 skeletons summoned out here, if you get 3 of a kind of any kind of monster on the board, you gain mastery for that monster type. So here we would have skeleton mastery, and each monster has a different buff. In the dark magic phase, you're also able to cast spells by rolling the 3 spell die here. And if you get, there's fire and lightning magic. So if you get just a single fire, would be a level 1 fire. If you get 2 of a kind, it'd be level 2. If you get 3, would be a level 3 fire spell. And same goes for the lightning. But lightning is only on 1 face of the die, and the fire is on 2 faces of the die. And the rest is fizzle, which has just no effect. So we'll go ahead and roll the spell die. Alright, we'll count that. That's a level 2 fire or a level 1 lightning spell we can cast. So let's go with the level 2 fireball. So you're going to go over to the fire spells, the fire magic list down here. So we got a level 2 fireball. Range 3 spaces, and it's a 2x2 square, and it deals 2 attack dice to each guy, including our own. but it's a 2x2 square, so we'll say right here, we'll hit both of these zombies. And it's a strength 2 attack. So let's do that one at a time. We'll do this first one. Gets hit with a fireball. Double hit, and a zombie has 2 defense, so you get a defense roll. Oh, he's toast. And then the other zombie gets hit with the fireball. Oh, another double hit. He needs 2 shields to block this. Oh, he only had 1, so he still gets destroyed. He gets blasted. And one thing to note with the lightning magic, you do not get a defensive roll save if you use your lightning magic on monsters. They still have to roll to hit, but as long as you get a hit, it just destroys them outright. Alright, now we can discuss the movement phase. After you've summoned your monsters or cast your spell after the dark magic phase is the movement phase. So you can move all your monsters up to their maximum movement, and they can move in all 9 directions, 1 space at a time. So zombies would move 1, skeletons could move 2, necromancers can't move at all, they stay in place the whole game. Werewolves have 3 movement, and vampires have 2. The combat phase. We're going to go over the combat phase here, and we have a vampire here next to a skeleton, and we're going to attack. So we get 2 attacks. Skeleton only has 1 defense, so he'll only get one combat dice to defend, and we get 2 to attack. Attacking the skelly. Oh, we got 1 hit. You're just looking for the hits when you're attacking, and when you're blocking, you're just looking for the blocks. So we got 1 hit, went through, and miss, so he gets destroyed. Oh, and here's a note with the skeleton's ability. You can reanimate your skeleton. If any of your skellies die, you roll the dice. If you get a skeleton, oh, we didn't get it. But if you do get it, they'll resummon anywhere around your necromancer. And then you're going to want to go 1 by 1 through all your guys. Let's say we're attacking this zombie here with our zombie. Only 1 attack. No hits. And our werewolf gets 3 attacks. So let's attack with the werewolf on the skeleton. Oh, triple hits. In this instance, the skeleton has only 1 defense dice, and he's not able to defend this attack, so he'd be destroyed. Let's go ahead and roll for the skeleton. See if he reanimates. He does not. Alright, we could go over all the monster's special abilities here. So, let's start with the zombie. His special ability is Zombify. Let's say he's attacking this zombie, and he manages to kill the zombie. In that instance, if you do kill any monster, you would roll a monster dice. So let's roll the spare one here. If you roll the zombie head, you create a zombie next to your necromancer. So there you go, we rolled it. And now we could zombify one of their creatures. It would say we killed their zombie, and we raise a zombie next to us. So that is Zombify. Let's go over the skeleton's ability. So let's say we killed their skeleton. If your skeleton dies, they get a chance to reanimate. So we'll roll that. And if we roll a skeleton head, didn't get it there. But if you roll a skeleton head, it'll reanimate. After they get killed, they'll come back up next to your necromancer, whichever space you like. Alright, the werewolf ability, he has the leap ability. He's able to actually just jump over enemies or friendly guys. So he can kind of move through the spaces, but he can't be ending up on top of a space. So they can move 3, so he could just skip right over here and go attack the necromancer. And let's go over the vampire's ability. the vampire has a defensive ability called Charm. So whenever they're attacked, you roll a monster dice. And if you match the attacker's monster type, it negates their attack. So if the zombie was attacking the vampire here and I roll the zombie head, the attack would just be negated. Wouldn't even go through. And then if I roll the werewolf head, which is only on one face of the die, the werewolf's attack would get negated. So it's a nice little defensive ability. And that is all the abilities, my friends. Let's go over the masteries here. Alright, so if you got 3 zombies out, they get a permanent buff. For the rest of the match, they get +2 movement. So they can move as fast as werewolves. They can move 3 spaces each turn for the rest of the game. Even if you lose some of your zombies, it's a permanent buff. Skeleton mastery. When you have 3 skellies, you will get +1 attacks for all your skeletons for the rest of the game. Permanent buff. And then if you happen to get 3 werewolves, they get +1 defense for the rest of the game with the werewolf mastery. And for the vampires, if you happen to get 3 vampires out, you can get vampire mastery, and they get +1 attacks. So they get 3 attacks like werewolves do. The Circle of Power. There are 2 strategic locations on the map. There's 2 circles of power. And if you have a monster standing on a circle of power at the start of your turn, during the dark magic phase, you can re-roll any of your dice. So let's say we had 3 monsters over here. And we got 3 zombos. We could re-roll one of these if we wanted to. Let's say we wanted a werewolf, so we could re-roll 1 to try to get the werewolf. But we did not. But we'd still be able to summon a zombie here in this instance. And the same goes for casting spells. If you have a Circle of Power, you can re-roll one of the dice if you have one. So we could go ahead and re-roll this Fizzle. And there we go. We got a level 2 Fireball. And then if you have both Circles of Power obtained, you can actually re-roll 2 of the dice. So let's try to re-roll this, get another Fireball. There we go. Now we have level 3 Fireball we can cast. Oh, we could go over attacking the Necromancer. This is how you actually win the game here. Let's say the werewolf is attacking the Necromancer. He's got 3 attacks. And none of them went through. Here, let's re-roll that. There you go. We had 1 hit on the Necromancer. And the Necromancer has a defense of 3. So he would get 3 combat dice. And he just needs 1 shield. Oh, so it is blocked. Well, let's say he got a hit. That means nothing was blocked. And 1 hit goes through. So for each hit that goes through, you're going to roll on the Necromancer dice. There you go. Wounded. We got a wounded result. If you get a regular Necromancer, he's unfazed. And then the wounded result, you get -1 to all your dice rolls for the Necromancer. So if you want to cast a spell, you get -1 dice. If you want to defend, you got -1 dice. And you get -1 dice from your summoning pool. And then, if you do happen to roll the death Necromancer, the dead Necromancer, the game is over and the other player won. And that's how you win. That's how you end the game. I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. Make sure you like and subscribe on the Steam Workshop and here on YouTube. Go check it out and play with your friends. 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2 or more if you'd like. But we also plan on making like a physical copy of this game. Would be really cool. So that's kind of in the works. And we might do some changes or additions to the game over the next couple of weeks just to solidify the rules and make sure they're as clear as possible. But there it is, Necronomica. Go get it and go play with your friends. And that's it, my friends. Enjoy.